Let's take a deep dive into how much money my laundromat made in the month of August and where it came from. I did a full retool about 4 months ago, and revenue has been increasing month over month. In the month of August, we brought in a total of $16,694 in self-serve revenue. 31% of that came from mobile app payments, and we averaged about 2 turns per day. Through the app, we gave out $300 in rewards, and 216 were used. Our busiest days by far are Sundays. Weekends in general are much busier than weekdays, with Wednesday being our slowest day. Before the retool, I was averaging $400 per day. Now it's closer to $550. I'm really hoping that in September we average $600 per day in self-serve revenue, but we'll see. Here we have the revenue by machine size. In my store, the 40-pound machines make the most money by far. What's really cool about this is if I click on the machine type, it'll show me exactly which machines are getting used the most. It's really fun to look at, but I'm not too sure how I can use this information to benefit me, so if you have any ideas, please let me know. And then this next graph shows my turns per day. I only have 280s, so they get the most turns by far. And then here we have a little bit of a deeper dive into my analytics. In the month of August, my laundromat brought in about $5,100 in gross revenue from the dryers, and about $11,500 from the washers. This puts my dryer revenue at about 30% of total gross revenue, which makes sense because I just raised prices on my dryers. As far as total cycles go, we did about $1,800 for the washers and $1,680 for the dryers. So here we have the total revenue, and of that, about 3.3% came from machine modifiers, which means in August I made an extra $550 by upselling the customer at the machine. Not too shabby if you ask me. Next up, we can see how many cycles were used by machine type. My 40-pound machines were used the most by far, followed by my 30s and then my 60s. And then we have my turns per day. I only have 2 80s and 4 20s, so that's why those numbers are so high. And then it shows you revenue by machine type. The 40s made the most by far, followed by my 60s and then my 30s. And last but not least, we have the dryer revenue. My 45-pound stacks made the most, followed by my 30s. So that's how my self-serve did. Next up, we have my wash and fold. So far this year, we've done $203,000 in gross revenue, and in August, we hit $29,000. Of that, $76,000 was pickup and delivery, and $22,000 was in-store drop-off. We did about $10,000 in residential work and almost $19,000 in commercial work. In August, we processed a total of 682 orders and 13,400 pounds. As far as pickup and delivery goes, most of those orders came from recurring customers. In total, it came out to about $16,000 from recurring customers and $4,300 from one-time customers. Also, I'll be attending the Wash Dry Fold conference in Nashville, and I'd love to connect. If you're going, let me know so we can meet up and talk shop. And as always, if you have any questions or tips for me, please let me know.